Hello and welcome to today's lesson about the yield curve. In order to explain the yield curve, first I'd like to introduce you to the concept of US Treasuries. US Treasuries are just really a fancy name given to US government bonds. These are bonds issued by the US government. They fall into three categories. And there's Treasury bills, Treasury notes, and Treasury bonds. Now, why do people split them up into three categories? Well, it's depending on the maturity of the bond, it will fall into a different category. So bills have a maturity of less than 1 year, notes are 2 to 10 years, bonds are 20 plus years. There's nothing really different about them, it's just for the sake of splitting them up. Well, one thing that you will find though is that the longer the maturity of a bond, the higher the yield of the bond. Now, in order to understand that, it's best to think about it like this. The longer the maturity of the bond means the longer you have to wait until you receive your principal. Your money is being paid back to you, being drip fed back to you over a longer period of time. Therefore, your money is effectively locked away from you for longer. In return for this, well, you'd like a greater reward. You'd like a higher yielding bond. So, at the moment of filming this video, the US Treasury bills rate is 0.1% yield for 1 year. The 2-year note is 0.5% approximately. The 5-year is approximately 1.7%. And the 10-year is approximately 2.4%. The 20-year is currently at 2.9%. So you can see here, as I mentioned, the longer the maturity of the bond, the higher the yield. The yield curve is very straightforward. It is a graphical representation of this information. It shows how the yield of a bond, of a given bond, for this case US Treasuries, how that varies with maturity. So if I just get the axes here, we can get, well, a rough sketch of what's going on. Hopefully it's drawn quite well to scale. So if we just put these figures on, it's approximately 0.1%, 0.5% for the 2-year, 1.7% for the 5-year, 2.4% for the 10-year. And then the yield curve is just a matter of joining all of these up, and there you have it. The graphical representation of how yield varies with the maturity of a given bond. Thank you for watching.